Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Double RPG here, and welcome back to Double RPG Livestream, where we're going to get back on track with Octopath Traveler on the Nintendo Switch. In the previous episode, we were in Clearbrook, and we got to learn everything we needed to know about Alphen, as well as his gameplay mechanic, or his path action, as well as going toe-to-toe with a big, huge, blotted viper. And we managed to complete his own chapter, and now we're back on track with trying to go to the next area where we're going to be going into Boulder Falls, or Boulder Fall, whatever it's called. What is it called? Boulder Fall. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be leaving Clearbrook and we're going to be going to Boulder Fall, and then we're going to get Therion to be our next person who we're going to recruit into our cause. So let's not waste any time, and let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this episode and not waste any more time and get right on it. So yes, hopefully tonight's stream will actually be a lot better going, but I will say, in terms of like, you know, everything is being alright and there's no technical difficulties and all that other good jazz, so let's just play it like is and just continue to get on where we are currently at. So yeah, we're going to need to go to the left path this time if we're going to make our way to Boulder Fall. And see if we can fight some enemies along the way. And looks like we're going to be heading into rocky terrain to get to where we need to go. While fighting fighting this lot of bees as well as a killer snail. Not so killer now, are you? Bring it on. Got you. And got you. Now it's time to lay the smacketh downeth on their candy bottoms. Probably for you. Get you. And I'll get you. And then I'm going to get you. So, I hope everybody's having a great time tonight. I know I am. I just got back from mowing the lawn not too long ago and had some dinner on top of that, and now I'm back on track with this, so that way we can get another 2-hour live stream session in, and we'll get to see what more this game has in store for us. And hopefully we actually get to level up our characters a lot more, so that way we can actually get to a decent level to where we actually need to get through Therion's chapter, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, so we're going to be fighting a Laughing Hyena as well as 2 Cliff Birdians. Huh. Quite a unique name, a Birdian, if you ask me. And it looks like they're not weak. It looks like the Laughing Hyena is not weak against either a sword or a knife, but is a... Yes, so an axe will have to do the trick, or will have to suffice. What about a spear? Can we get a spear? No, but we can actually put it in its place. And none of those birds will actually go down either. But one is weak towards an axe. Okay, so that's not weak against the, that's not weak against a knife. Okay, so we already got them, but hopefully we get a lot of good experience. Fair amount. Wish there could have been more, but I'm not really complaining. It just seems like yesterday when I did my stream, it was just a really bad attempt, because it just seemed like things were not even going the way I wanted them to be. I mean, whether they be me trying to work very hard with getting things done on time, or it just, I don't know, it's just one of those things where yesterday, it just seems like it was like a bevy of bad luck for me when it came to streaming. I hope tonight's a lot better, though. And it just seemed like my view count was really not that swell either, but hopefully that'll change for tonight's stream. But I'm not going to You know, I really don't want to jinx myself and say, hey, I told you so. But we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, let's get rid of the Birdman. Alright, got him. So, it just seems like tonight I really don't have a lot to say. I mean, pretty much in the previous episodes I explained a lot of what I wanted to talk about. With trying to, you know, express how much this game, it's really, really outstanding with its presentation, its graphic. I mean, well, presentation and graphics are pretty much in the same vein, but like its gameplay, the music, the characters, it's just awesome. Oh, more Birdmen and another laughing hyena to give us some hell.
I'm ready.
Haven't really got much done for Final Fantasy XII for today because I was way too busy with other things, specifically mowing the lawn as well as just getting some other things done before getting started with this stream. But hopefully I will get back to actually playing some more Final Fantasy XII tomorrow and within this weekend, so that way I'll have some more footage to capture. But it just seems like today wasn't a really good day for me to actually get that done. And on top of work, it's just... seems like today wasn't a really good productive day as I'd hoped for it to be. Oh, very classy with how I can walk up that ledge just to get that... just get that treasure chest. But where is the way to Borderfall? Oh, okay, so we just need to cross this bridge. And then Borderfall is within our reach. And we'll get to experience what type of person that Darion is.
Victory shall be mine.
Victory is mine! Yeah, like I haven't heard that in a million times. Thank you, Stewie. And Brian. Okay, we broke the Birdmen. Now it's time to get them back into, take them down into hell. Alright, got the Birdman, now it's Laughing Hyena again. So, yeah, it seems like we're fighting more of these guys just to get more experience, and it's a good thing that we're fighting more of these monsters than what we originally were going up against, because it seems like we weren't going up against a lot of the beasts in order to try and get us the experience that we need for our characters. But right now, it just seems like it's flowing to a good, steady amount, if I do say so myself. Okay. So we want to go south this way, and that will actually take us to Borderfall. It seems like there's a lot of diverging paths within this area for Boulderfall that we can actually take, and, you know, in case we need to go to a dungeon. But truth be told, we really haven't had time to go into any of the dungeons yet, and that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to attack the eggs, so that way I could actually see which one of them are actually weak against the other. And I think I got the... got the best of that one, as well got the best of that one. It seems like... is a knife weak against it too? No, it's not vulnerable to the knife. Interesting. But at least we took care of that egg. Now it's time to take care of the other egg. You will give me an egg as I try to crack you out of it. No, you're not vulnerable to the knife. Oh my gosh, how many of these things are not vulnerable to the knife? I mean, to the knife. It just seems like Primrose is having a really, really bad time. But, no fear. Let's put the coup de grace onto these guys. And see if we can send them straight back into hell. I have to say, if anything, this walkthrough so far has been alright. There were some formidable foes, like the Blotted Viper that we went up against yesterday. And oh my goodness, look at the experience points we got there. Yeah, we might want to stay here and maybe just grind for a tad bit before we go inside Boulder Fall. And as always, this is going to be for a couple hours, so I will probably stop around 9 my time, which would be 10 p.m. For Eastern people, or the Eastern time folks, as well as 8 p.m. for the Mountain time folk, and as well as 7 p.m. for the Pacific time folk.
I am ready.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, it's got defenses for both physical and magical to actually take effect, so that's gonna that's not going to be a pretty picture for us, if you ask us, or if you ask me in particular.
Here goes nothing.
Well, we might as well take this opportunity to lower their defenses some way. Body bash!
Bring it on.
Get you! And that still didn't take it down! I probably should have used Ulbrich to actually take down the egg.
Bring it on.
Dude.
I am ready.
Guess we'll have to take care of this hat. What? Wait! What? I put all that muscle into the attacks and still it did not even go down? What kind of debauchery is this? This is bullcrap. But we got it. So yeah, I think Comic-Con actually started today in San Diego, and that's definitely one of the biggest conventions in the United States that a lot of people like to keep their eyes on next to the likes of like E3 and all that. So yeah, me personally, E3 is more my thing since I'm more into the video game stuff, but I know there are some video game related news that appears, or that will appear at Comic-Con, and I try to keep my eye on those types of news stories, but truth be told, it just seems like there's really not that much in terms of video games, at least from what I see, except for like Resident Evil 2 remake that really catches my eye. But you know, anything could go differently. But I'll have to see how Comic-Con plays out this year and see if it is actually a good endeavor for me to actually keep my eye on the prize with how the whole event is going. But who knows?
I am ready.
But I did get to see the English dub trailer for the new Dragon Ball Super movie called Dragon Ball Super Broly. Yes, this is the 4th movie that Broly's going to star in, but it's actually going to be Broly based around the Dragon Ball Super, or the main story continuity, or the main canon continuity of the Dragon Ball universe. So we'll actually get to see Broly for the first time in a in an actual appearance in the main storyline of the series. But I'm kind of very curious to know how or what his role is going to be like in the movie. Hopefully they actually give the character a lot more development than just make him be like somebody who just all of a sudden just loves to scream and all that stuff, because I think that's something that people like to overrate when it comes to Broly, is that even though he's portrayed as this really dark and malicious type of character, it just seems like, and he has this huge bulking personality of where he just likes to grunt and scream quite a lot. But when you just see Dragon Ball for what when you just see him for what he is, he's just a big huge hulking monster who loves to do all that type of stuff, and there's really not like a sense of character development in him. So I really hope that for Vic Mignogna's case, if he is returning for the role of Broly in that movie, that he actually sees the character get some development, a much needed development that he wants to see for the character. But who knows? But I will say, from what I saw, it actually looks pretty good. The animation, and of course they got the main voice roles of Sean Shamel, as well as Chris Sabat returning for Goku and Vegeta. And we did hear, I think, the voice of Chris Ayres as... either it's Chris Ayres or Greg Ayres. I think it's Greg Ayres who's doing Frieza again. And I think we heard... I think Ian Sinclair as Whis, but I don't know if we heard Jason Douglas as Lord Beerus. They might have showcased his voice, him speaking, but from what I know, I heard Goku, Vegeta, as well as Frieza and Whis and Broly actually speak. I'm not sure if Damon Clark is actually returning for Paragus in this continuity. And you know, speaking of continuity, I think that's something a lot of people also have to realize too, is that when they say that Broly is canon, they really are misconstruing the idea of the word canon for the character, because if anything, it's more along the lines of, it's not really a case of if he's canon or not. It's more based on the continuity of which he is in. Because when you take a look at him in the movies, they kind of treat themselves as their own continuity, where they have those specials and all that go on, even though they do have some... there are some things in the main storyline that actually make it into the movies. Like, they do make subtle references to those movies or from the anime in the manga into the movies, but they don't really share the same continuity. If that even makes sense, which, honestly, I really don't know how that makes sense, but, you know, that's up for Toei to decide, as well as Akira Toriyama. Okay, let's see. Which one do I want? Probably need, well, we'll probably just do Mole Dance. And then we got an Eye for an Eye, and learning the skill, we learned a new support skill. And so equip the support skill, the second one, and it says, gain a 50% chance of counterattacking after being targeted by a physical attack. Okay, definitely I want that. So that way we can increase our chances to attack the enemies a lot more. But yeah, Fighter Chaos, my friend from the Geek Fighters and creator of the Geek Fighters, actually made a video discussing that when it comes to the world of Dragon Ball, it's not really a matter of what's canon or not. It's based on the continuity of the set events that take place during those times that are in effect. So, yeah. But if anything, if you guys haven't seen it, I would definitely suggest that you go watch it. It's really good.
I'm ready.
Here goes nothing.
Alright, Primrose, you take care of the last Cliff Birdian. This show is over. Yeah, you keep saying that. It's like, when is the show ever not over? And I hope 16-Bit Jeff and Fighter Chaos are watching too. They have been watching for the past couple days, and I do appreciate their support. And I did watch Jeff's stream earlier today. He was playing Fallout 4, and I kept my tab on for, you know, on my browser, so that way my view counted for his streams. You know, so that way I'm helping him out. But it just seems like yesterday was not a good time for streaming. Like I said, because of all the technical difficulties that I had, and it just seems like Facebook was not allowing me to upload my, you know, upload any posts for whatever reason. For some reasons, I don't know how they are what they are.
Here we go.
But by all means, if you guys have not done so already, be sure you hit that follow button above the video player so that way you're notified of whenever I go live. because more support from you guys definitely means a whole lot to me, as that support from you means that more of these live streams are coming from me in the future.
I am ready.
It's like how you're supporting your favorite big-time live streamers, because even though they do put on a good show, you also got to support the smaller streamers too, because without their support, then, I mean, without supporting them, then how is live streaming going to maintain a very strong growth from everybody who likes to do it, and for more people to actually watch them online? You know, I was contemplating on doing a rant about that during this live stream, but I was like, you know, maybe that's not the best idea. But I'm just gonna say, if you are really big into the people who live stream quite a lot, and they have a really big following, by all means, don't just, you know, continuously watching them all the time. I mean, even though it's okay to watch them, but there's also got to come to a point where you need to acknowledge the even more smaller people too, because they're trying just as hard as the big time ones. And not supporting them is like showing a sign that you just don't even care.
I am ready.
I mean, like I said, I don't mean to come off being brash or anything, but I mean, that's how I personally feel, and I really find it to be unfair how there are those who are trying their damnedest to, you know, get up there with trying to do everything they can to get a name for themselves, basically.
I am ready.
Bring it on.
Anyways, continuing on, we should be heading into Boulder Fall pretty soon, but if anything, I'll make sure that we get through that through that chapter of Therion before we move on any further, and see what his you know, his path action is, so that way we possibly could take advantage of it. Okay, let's put this egg back into the cooker. We got it. Go stronger, but your experience, you still haven't gotten to level 15 yet there, Holbrook. But even though I'm trying my hardest to get Alphen up, well, get his job points up, so that way he can actually learn a secondary action or a secondary skill.
May I?
Do ba 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 ba. You know, I got a really funny story that I actually need to talk about. Is that one of the places I really love to eat? Well, I used to love eating for quite a long time when I was young. Was actually Pizza Hut, because Pizza Hut actually originated in my state, and I'm from the state of Kansas. And you know, like I said, Pizza Hut was like the one. Was the one state that actually where a restaurant originated from. It's like every state inside the United States actually has a restaurant that's originated from somewhere. Like California, I know In-N-Out Burger is what was originated from that state, and I think for Texas it's Whataburger, and for Oklahoma it's Sonic Drive-In, the drive-in restaurant, and I think. And I think for Missouri, it's like Cold Stone Creamery and ice cream, if memory serves me correctly. But yeah, everybody, it's like every state, and for Illinois, it's McDonald's. So everybody has their own perk with what, which state or whichever, whichever restaurant originated in their state, to where people will actually grow in an affinity and fondness toward that specific brand. And for me, it was Pizza Hut, because I'm from Kansas, and I'm pretty sure that my good friend Rocket Lawn Chair, aka Brian Castleberry, could also attest the same thing, too. Maybe not, but who knows. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So I went to get a pizza yesterday. Yeah, I went to get a pizza yesterday because I didn't have anything for lunch. And I was trying to go, and of course I ordered it online, and then I go to the Pizza Hut restaurant to pick it up after I given them enough time to actually cook the pizza. And so, when I went to the drive-thru window, had the guy who just came to me, and I told them that I had a pizza that was on hold, that was under my name. And they, and all of a sudden, I don't know why this guy felt like the need he needed, with him needing to do this, but but all of a sudden he just got really smarmy with me. Now, granted, I knew for a fact that he was joking based on what he was doing, but just the way he did it, just the way he was acting, I was just shaking my head, but all of a sudden he just kept looking at me with such a snide asshole-ish look that it kind of actually pissed me off that for him acting like that. So, yeah, so it's like, I was kind of at that point where I was like, you know what, screw you. You take the pizza, I want my money back. Because I just was trying to act normal, and, you know, when you crack a joke at somebody, it's like, you gotta be at the point where, you know, you cross the line too much and you just gotta stop. But unfortunately for this guy, it definitely wasn't the case for him, as he just continued acting like just a snobbish douchebag. And I do apologize for the dogs barking, too. Like I said, that's beyond my control with why they're acting so bad at this time. And they just can't even seem to stop for some reason. But, don't let them bother you while I'm playing this. If anything, just try to ignore it. I know it's maybe hard to ignore it, but that's the only best thing you can do. Then, of course, somebody might have been walking outside, and that might be why they were acting like that. And of course, you know, dogs, they do have that territorial instinct where they feel like they got to protect their home from anybody who just walks by, if you know what I'm talking about. And, you know, it's definitely understandable, but it's like, you know, just settle down. I mean, they don't really need to bark all quite too much. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was talking about, the guy at the pizza. It's just like, you know, dude, I mean, I can understand that you're joking, but it's like, seriously, just stop. Because he really didn't need to act that snobbish anymore. I mean, once was already enough, and it's just like, when I shake my head, when you're just all of a sudden doing like that, and you just give me a smart-ass look, it's like, you know, with that type of attitude, you're making it more easier for me not wanting to come back. Because, you know, like I said, there comes a point where you just need to back off and stop, because even if you try to do that with all customers, they're not going to be, you know, they're not going to be that you're not going to always please everybody. I mean, especially me, when I work at retail. Like, I work at a Kroger store, and, you know, as my main job, since I really can't do stuff like Twitch streaming or working on YouTube videos full time, because I'm not really a partner for both sites or anything like that. But I do have a place where I do get income, or where I do make income on. And you know, in case if you, I mean, I understand that you can act like, you know, you could, you know, try to lighten up the mood a little bit, even going so far as to, you know, just be a, you know, just to be a funny guy, but not be that overly smarmy or anything like that. But in case if somebody, you know, acts really, you know, in case if you act really, in case the customer acts really snide and they're just not really in a joking mood, then that's the point where you want to say, okay, I'll back off. So that way I don't try to, you know, disrupt you or anything like that, because that's just one of the things that just, you know, I felt that guy, he was not following proper protocol, because when you're at retail, you want to make sure that you're building a relationship with the customers and growing alongside them, so that way you can maintain a good relationship for them to come back to your store or come back to your restaurant. And I think that's one thing that the guy failed to do, is that he was acting, like I said, he was acting like a complete and total asshat, that I was kind of like at that turning point where I was going to say, okay, dude, you want to keep doing this? Because if you keep doing this, you're pretty much going to lose me as a customer. And it's like, enough's enough.
I am ready.
Bring it on.
But yeah, if you work at retail, make sure you follow the examples of what I told you about, because that definitely is gonna not only save the company from not getting any more customers, but it's gonna save your job too in the long term. It really does, if you ask me, and based on what I have from experience and all. So yeah, don't be a monkey's ass and just follow the rules. And, you know, there's a lot of people who are not that strongly inept to follow the rules, and they just, you know, continue to act like a complete, total asshat in the end. And, you know, it's like, don't do that. I mean, when you work at a job, you gotta follow the rules. It's not that hard. I mean, it's like how a lot of the people who all of a sudden, they just feel like, oh, geez, that increased Alphen's hit points by 500. Hey, that's cool. So he's pretty much got the more... Yeah, he pretty much has more hit points in his possession right now. And go ahead and use first aid on him a few times, and you one for Primrose. And so that way everybody's in good, healthy, stable condition. But yeah, just follow the rules with wherever job you're at, because that's definitely going to save you in the long term, and that's going to, you know, bring about more possibilities within the job where you can get promoted to newer positions. I mean, sure, getting a pink slip when you work for that company may inevitably happen, but on the other end of the stick, it's like, you know, they will give you that opportunity to where they could possibly hire you again, to, you know, if you're doing your stuff right. And for me personally, I end up doing my job right, so that way I continue what I'm doing, and I continue to have a job, and I'm not really, you know, pissing off anybody that could potentially hurt them.
Here we go.
Because, like I said,
Bring it on.
you just don't want to, you know, cross the line with what you're doing. And it's never good to cross the line, too. I mean, I've had my fair share of just people who don't want to even come to work because they're not satisfied, and they don't even notify management that they want to put in their 2 weeks notice. It's like they come to work, and if they don't like the working conditions, they all of a sudden just don't all of a sudden come back. And it's like, you know, I can understand to a degree where they would do that, but it's like, when you do something like that, you're pretty much saying to yourself, okay, I am not gonna get a good, you know, it's like, I don't even want them to actually acknowledge me as an employee for this company.
Here goes nothing.
I just want them to say, I just want to just come in and say, hey, I just work here, and all of a sudden I just don't want to, you know, be a part of this anymore. It's like, you know, it's like, in case if it's something like if a boss is really bad, or like a manager of some type is really bad, that is totally understandable. But when they just all of a sudden just don't show up to work, it's like, what was the point of you just coming over to the job anyway, if you're just gonna, you know, end up doing what you just did? Because what you just did was not cool, and you pretty much just basically abandoned your job, and you pretty much are putting everybody in a, you know, loop all over again with trying to maintain a strong workforce. I mean, that's the way I see it. So, if you have a job, even if you don't like it, take pride in it. I mean, because you're probably not going to get another opportunity elsewhere. And for me personally, I do take pride in my job, because it's the only way, not only am I still maintaining a good relationship with the customers and with the employees and the management who are there, as well as the people at corporate who come and visit, but I'm also, you know, having a good, fine, steady job in the end.
Here goes nothing.
But yeah, I mean, I wanted to get that out of my chest too, because it's just like, what whatever happened to our workforce? I mean, sure, there are jobs that not a lot of people are going to be very happy with, but that really should not mean that they should just all of a sudden leave on their own, on their own accord. In case if it's something that was really bad that happened to them, where they would say, okay, this is not working for me, and I'll just all of a sudden leave.
I'm ready.
But I won't go any further than that. But, yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of the things that I struggle with on a daily basis. Because, when when you work at a job, it's really, I wouldn't say taxing, but I would say it's really just, it really gets you in a tired stance because you're working so many hours a day on so many days a week that you're really, getting yourself physically tired from all the physical labor and other activity that you're doing. But, you gotta have a really good passion for that. And, it's kind of one of those things where I have a passion for doing this, but at the same time,
I'm ready.
when looking at what I do, I'm not going to be able to get to Twitch affiliate or try to get a lot of subscribers on YouTube, in case they're when I'm trying my hardest to get a lot of content out, when a lot of the other bigger people who are pretty much just showing how much inequality exists within within the internet on platforms like YouTube and Twitch, that they don't want to acknowledge the smaller people either. Like I said, I just really find that type of behavior to be really disgusting. I mean, I'm always willing to, give other people a chance and, try my best to help help them grow. If I had a big number of people who are watching my content, and if they get to know, if they, well, then again, I would have to know that person too. But, in case that they wanted to, if they wanted me to give them a shout out, then yeah, I'll definitely give them a shout out. So that way I can tell them, hey, you ought to check out this person because, they are definitely somebody you actually should, check out and actually subscribe to and, follow for their own content. And that's another thing that I'm just really perturbed by too, is that the whole gaming community, when it comes to online, is a really, really broken mess because of the more popular ones who act like jerks, the smaller ones who the smaller ones who act very snide, and it just seems like they don't even care about getting or trying to seek help and trying to seek support. And of course, there are the trolls too who try to deter everybody. And it's like when you're online and you're trying to do something that's for a good cause, there's always going to be a deterrence of somebody just always crossing the line, and they're going to say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to get everybody pissed off that I'm pretty much going to break the entire gaming community on the internet. And it's just like, why would you even go as far to do stuff like that? I mean, like I said, I just really, really don't understand the mindset of a lot of these people who end up doing these very crude and very snide tactics just to pretty much appeal to their own agenda.
I'm ready.
And it's really not healthy for the whole gaming community in general.
Here goes nothing.
When there are those who are just trying their best to help out others. And it really doesn't even help those who are popular, who are just pretty much
I'm ready.
saying, hey, I want to be, I just only want to be the person who tries to,
Bring it on.
tries to grow my own content, and I really don't even give a rat crap about anybody else.
Try again.
And honestly, I honestly find that to be very disgusting to an extent, because when it comes to me trying to promote my live streams, it really hasn't been that very significant of a, or really have been that much of an easy task too, because every time when I go online, I try, finding all sorts of means to promote my live streams a lot more and getting people more interested to come over. But it just seems like it falls on deaf ears every time when I make the announcements, or I try to follow the examples of what I'm trying to do all the time. But it's really sad when, it's not always the case that you try your hardest to get the type of exposure and the type of respect that you wish for yourself to get your, to try and bring about what you wanted to do since the beginning with trying to, make a name for yourself. I mean, sure, making a name for yourself is not an easy task, but when you try very hard, like as I have, to try and get up there and do what you can to actually make a name for yourself, it's like you wish that it could just all of a sudden just happen very quickly, and that way you can actually get that exposure that you just wanted. But like I said, it's just really sad that necessarily isn't always the case, and it really hurts the person as a content creator and as a streamer when they're trying so hard to get up there amongst the big names to actually put on a great show like they do, but it's just they just don't seem to get that. They don't get the slack cut for them, if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the same with us when it comes to me and my good friends 16-Bit Jeff and Firecows of the Geek Fighters, when we're trying so hard to actually get the exposure and to make a name for ourselves. And it seems like it's a constant weekly battle. It's like we try to get everybody that we can to actually talk to us, and it's just, well, not just talk to us, but to watch our content, so that way we can continue to grow, because we want to grow. But it's just like nobody's really giving us the chance, even when we try to make the announcements and stuff.
I am ready.
Now I know there are some people who might also say, well, we don't even have the time to watch anybody else, to watch to watch live streams. Well, I'd say if you have time to watch the big name ones, then you definitely have time to watch the smaller ones too, because without you showing your sympathetic nature, then you're pretty much not just pretty much decided that you don't want the online streamers or the online content creators to actually grow or show some growth with bringing about more newer faces and all that stuff. But anyway, I mean, I didn't mean to go on a tirade with a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, but it's just like, I just felt like there are points where I feel like where I need to let go of my frustrations and kind of express myself with the state of certain sectors that I wish that could have been, so much better. But it just seems like that they're not, if you know what I'm talking about. But enough of that. Let's continue on with some happy times with this game. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and head into Boulder Fall. I mean, I think we did enough grinding. We might as well get some story on to this point and see if we can actually help Therion with whatever quest he has. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be in a huge mountaintop village. Or be in some mountaintop village. Yeah!
Hello.
Welcome to Boulder Fall, the largest settlement here in the Cliftlands. And, of course, we got the item shop, the Provisioner. And, we might as well go ahead and see if we can actually get some of these items in our possession. So that way, in case if we get sick or anything, if we need to actually, cure ourselves of any other ailment, then we can use that. But, doesn't seem like we have anything that can heal, like, poison or anything like that, and that's really dissatisfying. Oh, anyway, we can get rid of our robe. I forgot that we had that. Okay, so we're done with the item store. Now let's see if we can actually find a weapon shop, a weapon and armor shop, to see if there's any newer pieces of equipment that we can get our hands on. And of course, since we're here, we can't really commence any of the side quests as of yet. And there is Therion. I think he's a thief, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, he's the thief in this game. But where is a weapon shop? Hopefully there's a weapon shop. There's got to be a weapon shop somewhere in this place. Got ourselves a huge mansion, and we can open up this chest. We got ourselves 1,000 silver. Yay! Pardon me. A lower Boulder Fall. Okay, so it's not there. I guess the provision shop over there was the only thing that we could get in this section, and I really don't see anything that makes mention of any other... Or wait a minute, can we actually go down into the village? Okay. Yeah, I think we can go down to the lower Boulder Fall, because we can actually explore more of this mountaintop village. Definitely reminds me of the mountaintop village in Tales of Symphonia before going to the Tower of Salvation. If anything. I mean, if you played that game and you know what I'm talking about. Okay, there's the weapon and armor shop. Oh man, look at this underside, this lower side of the mountain village. I would definitely want to have a place here, or at least go on a vacation spot, because that actually looks really awesome. Okay. Oh, cool. We can actually get a great sword for Ulberich this time. And we can... Oh, we should be able to get sturdy shields for both those characters. Black cap. Black attire. But it's good for... but it's good for evasion. But it would lower our defenses and an elemental attack and defense down somewhat. Oh well, let's just go with what we have. Or what we can get, rather. Yes! I want to equip that. I want that really strong sword on him. And go ahead and sell the iron sword, because we don't need that anymore. And we don't have... There's no stronger spear here. But there is a feather saber. But that's weaker to the greatsword. And we already have the arcane knife, but the iron dagger, there is a bit more evasion, but then again, that's weak. And the arcane hatchet we already have. Let's go ahead and give a couple... well, let's go ahead and get one black attire for somebody. We need somebody with much better evasion, and I think that person who needs better evasion is going to have to be Ulberich. Who would be the best candidate for... I would say probably the best candidate for the fur robe is probably going to be Primrose. So let's go ahead and into equipment, and we'll have Primrose actually equip that fur robe. Okay. And I'm going to have to complete more side quests to get more silver, but for where we're at now, might as well go ahead and get the other... Oh, wait a minute. Can I not get the... Yeah, I can't get another black attire in case if I sell something else. If I can. Probably not. Yeah, I really don't have anything that exponential that I could get that, you know, would be a suitable need for one of the characters to actually have. But then again, maybe a black cap? Maybe a nice substitute? Yeah, a black cap. I think that's going to be a good substitute, or at least a sturdy shield. Yeah, probably a sturdy shield. Let's go ahead and give a sturdy shield to Alphen, so that way he has a better shield on him. And everybody's defenses and weaponry, they seem to be at a good stand as of right now. Especially for Ulberich, since we got the great sword on him, and that should do a lot of damage based on his part. Okay, now it's time for us to talk to Therion and see what all he has to entail for us with his backstory. The famed treasure of House Ravis, indeed. His name is Therion, and he is a thief. Or should that be treasure hunter, as Locke would say? He is a lone wolf, as rugged and sharp as the harsh peaks of the Cliftlands. Roving from town to town, he has drifted into Boulderfall. He works alone, though it was not always so. Few know his past, or have even seen his face. but tales of his exploits are told far and wide. So somewhat of a famous thief? He has heard a rumor of a mark too tempting to resist, a treasure said to be impossible to steal. And so he sets out to test the security of the great House Ravis. He will need cunning allies on the path he has chosen. So we're going to be fighting some aristocrats as a boss fight. If I had to surmise a guess. Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll take Therian along, because we are pretty much going to be taking everybody along in the whole party, and then we will be switching between party members throughout this entire game. You know, through the multiple playthroughs we'll be doing of this. But anyway, let's learn his backstory. The usual.
As you like it.
As you like it. I heard that thief's at it again.
Really? What's he done this time? Lifted everything off a merchant, leaving the goldsmith.
I really like the dialogue and the dialects that the characters are portraying in this game. It definitely reminds me of Final Fantasy XII, but maybe not that grand of dialogue.
Guess he didn't get his fill at that fancy manor the other day. Still can't believe he made it past all those guards. I'm sure the more the better for him.
They were more like decorations than actual guards.
Ain't no point swooning over someone else's work.
It's either Alphen or Therion, who is actually voiced by Kerbifer from online, who goes by the name of Christopher Nyoshi from his voice acting resume or whatever. And you might remember him from playing as, what's his name? Dezel from Tales of Zestiria. And he helped Kira Buckland on a lot of Flash animations before they became famous with voice acting.
Someday we'll make it as big as that thief, and then we'll be the talk of the town. Yeah, you said it, partner.
Partners in crime, huh?
It was 10 years ago. Our paths crossed in a particularly dingy gaol. I remember that meaning well. After all, it had quite the influence on my quote-unquote career. What kind of career was that, little one?
Oi.
Oi, get in!
And?
Not even a please?
Ah,
You won't last long in here with that foul-mouthed whelp. Well, he wasn't acting all foul-mouthed. He was just actually acting very nice there. Man, if anything, I think that guard needs to take a vacation and realize how bad of a man he's acting. Seriously. What a monkey wrench. If anything. And I do apologize if I'm just looking at my computer screen. I'm just seeing who's all in the chat and who's all watching, as well as, you know, just seeing who all is, or what's all going on from the social media side of things. So, by all means, like I said, if you have anything you want to talk about, be sure you, you know, type in the chat, because haven't really seen anybody type anything in the chat. No? No, you seem to be doing just fine. See what I'm talking about? That guard is an asshole. He got better because Therion kicked his ass at Fortnite, if anything. Impudent brat. You'll learn your manners the hard way, just like the rest.
Hey,
I see you got the same warm welcome I did. And who are you? A no-good tea leaf who got caught in the act, just like yourself. Just like me, huh? Well, you look a lot worse. Well, get used to seeing this ugly boat, cause I ain't getting any prettier anytime soon. These guards think they can beat the attitude out of us. And they don't go easy on no one here. Least of all teapots like us. Sounds about right. So, ready to be a good little boy and play nice with the guards? Are you? Are you? Are you? Nope, I didn't even think he was. He even said nope. Nope, and I don't plan on staying here till they change me mind. See, I got me a pin here to unlock the door.
Hey.
Hey, what do you think you're... A little busy right now.
Here.
Try using this instead. The key? Where'd you get this? Snatch it from the guard once he was all riled up. Look at the cobblers on this one. And his name's Darius. Now let's get out of here. The name's Darius, mate. Therion. Well, Therion. Looks like you and I are officially partners in crime. Oh, really? Is that really the case? Or is it just all a facade?
Sweet memories. Fill it up.
there you go.
There you go.
Beg pardon. Would you happen to be after them Ravis's treasure?
I would say that Therion is actually sleeping to his sorrows, if anything. He's being very, very sleepy.
If you are, I suggest you think again. Heard another would-be fortune hunter was tossed in the dungeons yesterday.
So what's the count now?
A score? Maybe more?
A score, maybe more.
But House Ravis ain't known to be kind to those who covet their wealth. Still, poor thieves can't help but flock to that manor like moths to a flame. Suppose it's all those rumors of their riches that keep them coming. Some say it's enough to buy up the whole town and then some.
Just one town? What about the neighbors?
Yeah, that does sound like Chris Neoshi.
Say for sure, no one's ever seen the treasure.
So pretty much Kerbifer, if you guys are very curious. And he's a very prominent person within the online community too, especially on YouTube and as well as Newgrounds.
Even that master thief they keep talking about would have more than his hands full.
A perfect tale for the tavern.
Look, when you've been in the business long enough, you can tell things at a glance. You're a smart and skilled young man. Probably have a long career ahead of you.
Yeah, he does.
That's why I'll say it once more. Stay away from that manor.
Well, he's not going to listen because he's going to need help of allies to try to go inside that manor so we can rob from the riches. You know, just like Robin Hood.
Thanks for the advice. next time, I'll have a tale of my own to tell.
I hope you do, Therian. They say that Ravis Manor's up at the top of the mountain, where only the richest of the rich live. Yep, so it's basically us playing Robin Hood. Make for Ravis's Manor, okay. And, he has his own funds. I figure as much. So, if anything, I think he is the only one who can act... Oh, wait a minute. He can actually wield a sword? No hat. He can wield a knife, but he can't wield a bow. So, it's both the sword and the knife that he can wield. And if anything, I think the iron sword and the iron dagger are going to be our best bets. So he's pretty much a culmination between both Ulberic and Primrose's weaponry of choice. I thought he was going to be the one that used the either the bow and arrow or the crossbow, whatever it is. I honestly thought that was the case. You know what? I'll just give him a round shield. Or should I give him a feather hat? Probably the feather hat. Since it has more defenses. There we go. Okay, I think we're good for now. So it's time for us to make our way to Ravis Manor and see what they have over there. And they really haven't given us the details on his path action either. What? You want something from me? Well, yeah. Yeah. You very passive-aggressive pauper? Another pauper! And they have both the same name. Are they one of a kind? Probably not. Anyway, folk on the middle level are a reasonable lot. At least they don't look down their noses at us like those snooty nobles. Oh, so it's another one of these things where nobles actually look down on commoners. So it's basically playing another Trails of Cold Steel moment for us in this playthrough, if you ask me. But I don't think that's like a prime theme for this game, if you were to ask me in that regard. Doesn't mean they all think highly of each other, though. Okay, so yeah, let's go up to the middle grounds of Boulder Fall and see where fate will take us. Can we actually go this way? No, we cannot. So the cliffside stairs will take you down to the Commoners District. It can get rough down there, so watch yourself. Here in Boulder Fall, the poor types live below, the wealthy up top. Us, guess we're somewhere in the middle. Yep, so poor class, middle class, and rich class. So yeah, street rats, commoners, and last but not least, the nobles.
What do we have here?
If I didn't know better, I'd say they were overcompensating for something. You think maybe he's overcompensating for something? Hey, wait up, Shrek! I just had to make that Shrek reference. Chase pose! You there! Yes, sir! Stop dragging your feet! Walk with purpose! Yes, sir! We're getting paid a fortune for this job! Do it with pride! Yosh! Thank you, Eggman, from Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, I'll be...
It's like an army. Just what kind of place is this? Oh, Rottweilers. Or Doberman. No, not Rottweilers. Doberman. Boy, who would have thought that Ravis Manor had some fierce-looking Doberman? Those guard dogs look vicious. That they do. And that's not all. The walls are lined with wire. Ooh. Very sneaky. One false move and it'll sound an alarm, no doubt. So, yeah, basically it's like we're going up against Wayne Manor and how much Wayne Manor has treated itself as a fortress in Batman lore. It's like a stronghold fortress that is well protected from all thugs, murders, and just thieves trying to break into that manor to actually get the riches from the Wayne family. But it just doesn't work out for them because that manor is very strong fortified in the Batman comics and all other multimedia, if you've seen any of the movies or played any of the games or anything like that. Yep, trying to scale the walls would be more trouble than it's worth. What's this now?
Listen,
What part of no visitors allowed do you not understand?
exactly.
The Ravises have more important matters to attend to than entertaining riffraff like yourself. It won't take long, I swear. I'm merely a merchant looking to... A merchant, you say? Prove it. Prove what? I came to show the lady of the house some of the finest fabrics in the realm. And we're supposed to just take you at your word? If you can't show us proof, you can show yourself out. God. Pompous asshole guards. But I... Fine, I'll leave. I swear the nerve of this of these hoity-toity types. Yeah, you tell that asshole. Never thought the front door would be the easiest way in. Time to get my hands on some quote-unquote proof. Find a way to enter the manor. At least I can open up the treasure chest and, hey, there was an iron helmet in there. Can we equip it? He doesn't really have it. Well, he has more for a feathered hat, if anything. What about a iron helmet? Oh, that does give our defenses off a bit better. But how am I going to get into the manor? This is the residence of House Ravis. No letter of introduction, no entry. This is the manor of House Ravis. Only those on official business may enter. Those without the proper identification are not allowed to pass.
Good day.
All is well around the western gate. Grrr. 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 I train these dogs myself to tear any would-be intruder limb from limb. Isn't that right, boys? Woof woof. Woof woof. Thank you there, mysterious barking owls who just showed up out of nowhere within the game.
What do we have here?
Well, if it isn't our merchant friend.
No.
Those bloody Ravises! Those bloody Ravises! Don't they know some of us actually have to work for a living? Turned away at the gate? Join the club. You too? But why? They're doing it to everyone. Rumor has it they're guarding some great treasure inside. But I'm not after their treasure. I just wanted to show the lady of the house my wares. Then they told me I needed proof, as if this sack of silk dresses isn't proof enough. Indeed. You need a letter of introduction to get inside. A letter of what? House Ravis only does business with the most esteemed merchants and traders. So how can I get one of those letters? It's not easy, that's for sure. First, you'll have to make a name for yourself here in town. Once you've proven yourself a reliable trading partner, then, and only then, will the Ravises write you a letter. They said you could count the number of people who earned one on one hand. Well, that sounds like an awful lot of work. Are you sure there's no other way? I can think of at least one. Lifting it from the pocket of someone who's done the work for me. So, if anything, looks like his path action is going to be taking effect. So, I guess he's going to be a pickpocketer. Path action. So, yeah, you can actually steal the belongings of townspeople. Huh, interesting. But can you only steal one, or can you steal from multiple people? A lightened earring. Oh, hey, I got it. I trust you won't be needing this. Hey, this is actually pretty cool. And the success rate actually determines how successful they can be. Wow. You know, this could actually prove to be very worthy in case if we need to actually get some very strong pieces of equipment. Just out of curiosity, how long do you plan on following me? So you've noticed. Or so you noticed. For thieves, you aren't very discreet. You're keener than most, friend. As are we. We can tell you've come for the Ravis fortune. If the army surrounding the manor is any indication, it's more than worth the trouble. And have you actually seen this treasure? We don't need to see it. Just look at what they've got guarding it. Guards, dogs, traps, you name it, they got it. And you came all this way to warn me. How thoughtful. Look, we got a proposal for you. And I've got an answer. No. Just hear us out, mate. We can help each other. My partner here has been inside. He's seen the traps they've set up close. I smell a rat in this plan, if you ask me. Hells, he walked straight into one and set off an alarm. Shut up! You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that! Anyway, I got out just fine, and we're here now, so what do you say? It won't be easy to carry all the treasure on your own. We're offering you a helping hand. Yeah, a helping hand meaning you're gonna try to steal that treasure for yourself if it's something that's really valuable. I mean, mark my words, I would not even trust a thief trying to help each other, thieves trying to help each other out, because you know for a fact that one of them is gonna double-cross the other, or one person is gonna double-cross everybody just to try to get the riches for themselves. I've already got 2 hands. That's enough for me. So you think you're too good for us? Is that it? I'm a thief, not a nanny. You're an ungrateful bastard. That's what you are. Listen, I don't have time to entertain you clowns. I have places to be. You're not going anywhere. Ugh! Get out of my sight. Are you with me, mate? Speak to me! Mate. Another flashback? Oh yeah. Thieves! You won't get away! They're on to us. Darius, this way! Got it. Damn! We've lost them! They can't have gone far. Let's check the back alley. Oh, of course they would go that way. The one place where they would typically take. They're gone. We should be safe for now. You say that now, trouble's bound to loom. That went better than I expected. I wish they could have seen the looks on their faces. Ha! They deserve it for treating us like teapots. We might be small, but we're smarter than they'll ever be. You can say that again. We put our loaves together. No one can stop us. Take a butcher's at all the loot we got. Yeah, it's quite the haul. So, a little more enthusiasm, mate. This is all ours now. Right. We knew what we wanted, and we took it with our own hands. That's the spirit. All the world's treasures are ours for the taking. If you say so, partner. I do. Mark my words. We're going to be the greatest tea leaves the world's ever seen. The plot thickens on this character. Darius. But this is no time for nostalgia. I need to get myself one of those letters. Okay, so now we're back in the action. Go ahead and see if they got... Nope! Restores BP to a single ally. We'll get the energizing pomegranate. I trust you won't be needing this. Ooh! But still, no money. You figured this would be a good opportunity to maybe steal some money with his pickpocket ability. Or steal ability. Steal! So basically we're Zidane from Final Fantasy IX, except without the tail. Oh, increase maximum HP. Oh, okay, that's cool. You know, I find it funny how nobody is actually making a fuss about this, that they've been pickpocketed. But I guess somebody in the middle class is somebody that we're going to have to steal from. If we're going to get their riches, or the letter of introduction that we need to actually get inside Ravis's manor. Ooh, a stinging dagger. I wonder if that's any stronger for him. Yeah, just barely, and has some evasion added to the mix. And occasionally poisons a target, so yeah, we may want to use that for his fighting. Can we steal from you? What do you have? Iron axe, iron spear, and a composite bow. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll just take your riches. I don't think you'll be needing this anymore. No kidding. But anyway, is there anybody inside this place? Nobody. Now, where can you get one of those letters of introduction? It can't be in the poor district. Probably is. But we'll have to check. Lower Boulder Fall. Okay. A rebel's axe. A weapon fit for a rebel. Okay. I wonder if that's something that, that Alphen can wield. Spear of Justice. Wonder if that's something that, I wonder if that's something that Ulbrich can wield. Who knows? Oh, wait a minute. They probably have what we're looking for. Why would they be in the... Why would they be in the poor district? When you've been in the business as long as I have, the Ravises will be begging you for a visit. It's all about experience. Ah! Lucky for me, your experience hasn't taught you when to keep your mouth shut. But hey, we can steal from both of them. Steal the letter of introduction. Oh, wait a minute. We already stole from you. Okay, letter of introduction. A letter bestowed only upon the privileged few who have earned the trust of House Ravis. I trust you won't be missing this. Oh. He's gonna miss it.
No.
Pleasure doing business with you. Now to pay a visit to Ravis Manor. So, yeah, that brings us to present events now. So I'm going to sneak into the mansion. Yeah? What is it? You want to pair up with me on this? You sure you're feeling alright? The Mark's House Ravis. Just keep quiet and try not to get in the way, okay? Alright, we got Therian joining our party. So we can actually steal from people, too. But we already did the stealing, and we're pretty low on funds, too. So we got ourselves a 4-man party, so I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and go into the Ravis Manor gate and see what the aristocrats have to say to us when we have to sneak into the mansion. 2 guards at the gates. If I can fool them, I'm in. Time to sell the merchant. Good day, sirs. I've come to call on the Ravises. Would you kindly announce my arrival? They're not seeing anyone today. Be gone with you at once. Be gone, I say. Something tells me this one's bark is worse than its bite. Allow me to introduce myself. You see, I am a merchant of some reputation. A merchant? And of repute, you say? Don't make me laugh! You ought not judge a man by his robes. As a matter of fact, I was personally summoned by the lady of the house. And I doubt she would react kindly upon hearing I was turned away. Summoned? You? You think we're going to believe that, codswallop? If we had a leaf for every rotten thief who gave us that story, we'd be as rich as the Ravises. But since we aren't, we're here protecting their fortune from would-be swindlers like you. Heh! Thought you could outsmart us, didn't you? The next time you're summoned, remember to bring your letter. Would you be referring to this letter, perchance? What the? How did you get that? It must be a fake! Now for the finishing blow. If you still aren't convinced, I fear there's not much else I can do. I'll take my leave, but I will give Lady Ravis a full report on what happened today. I wonder how she will see fit to deal with this affront to my good name. But wait, sir! We were only doing our jobs! Yeah. You may pass. Hello, Fighter Chaos! Good to see that you're in the stream. So you say you've been preoccupied with your dad since he has to go through surgery tomorrow? Yeah, I can understand that. But hey, at least you made it to the stream, so definitely better late than never, right? And I'm going to be streaming for about maybe 30 more minutes. Why? Thank you, gentlemen. Alright. Now, the real fun begins. But we will... I have this suspicion we're going to be doing some fighting inside of the, inside of this manor. I'll just sneak in through the window over there. Yeah, we're probably going to be doing some fighting, and we got our full-on party with us. So, if anything, No way, I was just shirking my duty. I was right here at my post. Oh, let's go ahead and steal from you. Oh, candy and tree nuts. Huh. But they slightly restore hit points and, skill points. We got a broadsword in there. Let's take a look at the equipment. Can we actually equip that, Okay. So... if anything, I probably should give that to you. And so that way you have the broadsword, and that way you're having a much stronger, much stronger weapon and some more speed on you. And hey, I just saw Nintendo Capri Sun go live playing more Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Probably not doing a live stream on it now. He might be, but, playing a really fun, what's supposed to be next generation Castlevania, because it's from Iga, if anything. Can we actually fight him? Give him a good challenge? Oh, Jesus! Yeah, I don't want to challenge that, challenge that dude if he's that high on hit points. Okay, so yeah, it's time for us to go inside Ravis Manor and actually fight some guards. And hey, we got the lantern since we're inside the manor here. So yeah, it looks like we are going to be doing some fighting. And I suppose that the boss fight is going to happen in the foyer. Or the foyer. Whatever it's called. Oh yes, we get ourselves some random battles, and we're going up against some of the guards inside this place. So, yeah, it looks like we can do a full 4-man party here. So, they're not weak to the knives. And they're not weak to the swords. Are they weak to the axes? No, they must be weak to the spears.
I am ready.
But you are weak to the knife. Awesome. Are you weak to the axe? No, you're not weak to the axe.
I am ready.
But they are sporting some pretty strong defenses. Awesome. Oh, gee. Oh my goodness. Look how many levels we got with, Therian. We got him up to level 3 from level 1, if anything. Looks like we're probably gonna be grinding him for a little bit, too. Now, I was not expecting that. That was sheer awesome. That was some awesome sauce right there. Already at level 3. Even when he was at level 1. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. What are we fighting? Are those... You surprised your foe? Yeah, I understand that, but what are those? Ice Sentinels? Huh. Interesting. They're weak to the knife.
Here goes nothing.
They weak to the axe? No, they're not weak to the axe. They're weak to a sword? Yes. Oh, they are weak to the axe, and they are weak to the sword. Alright, got him. And oh my gosh, his big sword is actually that strong. The great sword is really actually that deadly.
I am ready.
Man,
Here we go.
we made some pretty good timing actually trying to come into this place and actually give these guys a really good beatdown.
I am ready.
I wonder how many experience points we're going to be getting this time. Since we have 4 of these guys that we're going up against.
All right.
Okay. Oh man, that was satisfying. Very, very satisfying. Okay, we got up to level 4 with Ulbrich, and now we can actually get him to use his first skill. But I really do like the look of this manor, the Ravis Manor, even with the lighting too. Anyway, let's go to the skills. Okay, HP Thief attacks a single foe twice with a dagger and steals hit points equivalent to half of the damage dealt. Shackle Foe, reduce a single foe's physical attack strength for 2 turns. Armor Corrosive, reduce a single foe's physical defense for 2 turns. Steal SP, attack a single foe twice with the dagger and steal skill points equivalent to 5% of the damage dealt. Share SP, bestow SP equivalent to 50% of one's current SP to a single ally. Okay. Let's just go ahead and pick this. We'll just go with HP Thief right now. You know, something basic. Yeah, let's go ahead and head upwards to the second floor. There's got to be some pretty riches we can actually get inside of this mansion.
May I have this dance? I am ready.
Funny how they're not weak against axes or swords or spears. Oh well, we'll give you a taste of your own medicine next turn and finish you off for good. But you do have some strong defenses, if anything. Man, like I said, guy's no pushover. But we did get him, if anything. Now we just need to take care of the Ice Sentinel. But you're no Sentinel, you're not on Genosha Island. Okay, you're weak towards swords as well. And axes. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddle masses.
I am ready.
Still not gone yet? Got him. Jeez! 26 experience points. Now we got him to level 5. I'm liking this place already. With the amount of experience points that we're getting. I mean, like, any place we go, the more experience points we're getting, it's just the better. I'm pretty sure that the levels in this game go up all the way to level 99. Like, level 99 is the max cap of the levels that the characters can gain in this game. Okay. This looks like a dining room. But we're inside this manor. Where are the zombies?
I am ready.
Where are the zomzoms? Go ahead and get that one to break.
All right.
You know, maybe you could actually use your dancer skills. For the Night Ode.
Night Ode, bring your shade.
Oh! Look at that damage we did. Oh, wrong weapon. Got you.
Here goes nothing.
Got you. Nice.
Ha, try it.
Huh, try again. Yes, more experience, boys. Yay, 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 Fighter Chaos. I see that. Awesome, dude. I love your emotes. They're so awesome. And we're seeing about these petty criminals, too. Which we do want to see about if we're going to, you know, make any progress in this game. Gotta see about those bad guys. Ooh! Oh, wow. That... If you guys heard that, that bark was absolutely terrifying. Holy crap, dude. If you know, turn back and actually listen to this again, and listen to the dogs coming in, it's like, whoa! That, like I said, that was scary. I don't think I could muster up the courage to actually listen to that again. That, like I said, holy crap, dude.
I am ready.
That was something else. Still not weak against that. What about an axe? Must have been weak towards the axe, and yeah, that pooch is gonna hit hard. And it's not weak to swords, but we actually did kill it. Yeah. Oh, I hope we don't fight any more of those pooches again, because that bark from that dog... Oh my... God! Oh my... Goodness! That was scary. Oh good, there's not another one. Not weak towards the axe either. Oh yeah, I forgot that they're not... Gosh, it doesn't seem like weapons are weak against these guys. At least we can take care of that one and get him out of the way.
Don't start things you can't finish.
Alright, so Therion's at level 6. Yeah, we may want to get him to level 10 or level 11 before we actually take on the boss. And for those of you who haven't even joined the stream, thank you for joining in, and make sure you hit that follow button right above the video player so that way you're notified of whenever I go live, because like I said, with all the streams that I do, more support from you guys will mean that more streams are like this are going to be coming from me in the future.
I am ready.
My turn.
How about you? Here we go.
I am ready.
You are ready, you say?
Victory shall come my way.
You must be.
My turn.
Here we go. Too slow.
Hey, you missed me.
My turn.
I am ready. The show is over.
The show is over. The show is over, but... Shouldn't they say, but the show must go on? I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? I really hope I'm not wrong, because if I am, that's not good on my part.
This is the beginning of your end.
The battle is truly joined.
Okay.
I am ready.
Out of my way.
Here we go.
Here we go.
And I hear my dogs just all of a sudden just getting all cranky, and they're just playing with each other, and if you ask me, yeah, they're ready to go to bed. Finish them off with style, just like that.
The show is over.
But that really blows that they really don't get that much experience point. You figured you would actually get a lot of experience points from fighting so many enemies like that. But hey, we got untouched, so we actually got some more silver out of that. So I guess I really can't complain too much. And you know, since we'll be in the town, maybe we can ask more information, like, you know, where we can actually gain some information on certain things and where we can get hidden items and that kind of stuff. Oh god, there's that dog again who made that, made that terrifying noise. Ugh. God. And you're not weak to spears, but you are weak to knives.
Here goes nothing.
Let's go ahead and see some of your thief skills. Oh, you can actually steal. I didn't even know that. But you can only do this to one enemy. Oh, but they are weak to fire. Those. Okay, so that's good to know with what they're weak against. Okay, use your Night Ode on them.
Night Ode, bring your shade.
Got him.
The show is over.
The show's over, but the show must still go on at some point, Primrose. You just don't get it, do you? Okay, Therion's got 100 job points, so we might as well go ahead and get him his second ability. So, skills. Learn skills. Whoop. And, let's go ahead and use Shacklefoe, or get Shacklefoe. And incidental attack. Is this one where he attacks, that Therion attacks at complete random? Anyway, it says, when using a non-damaging skill on a foe, there's a 50% chance you will attack as well. Interesting. So basically, like, if you're using Thievery, then all of a sudden you'll just do a physical attack too. That's kind of interesting. If I had to theoretically surmise what that skill does. Ooh, nice treasure chest. Okay, we got Wind Attire. I'm sure that's a new piece of equipment that one of our characters can wield. Yeah, Black Attire. Wind Attire. Ooh, but evasion is down quite significantly. Elemental defense goes down, but physical defense is raised up a little bit, and the speed is raised too. You know what? Who has the worst defenses? I would say you have the worst defenses, since you have the leather vest. And you do, since you are a thief, you do need more speed, and you can have some more elemental defense. So we'll give you that. Okay. Got that. And we're gonna head back upstairs. Or we're gonna head upstairs now. Oh, we have ourselves a... Oh, I did...
I am ready.
Oh, it's just a regular sentinel. Jeez. You know what? Level slash all you guys. We didn't get one to break. But we'll get you to break. But we still didn't even get that guard to actually... oh! What manner of, It's not poison. Not sleepy. Oh, must be Herb of Valor he needs, because he's terrified.
Stay strong.
Yes! We guessed it right. Let's use that level slash again. Still, not enough. But we might as well go ahead and put this Ravis soldier in a breakdown stance. Break it down!
I am ready.
Still not down. Got you. Thrill of the fight, and we got 30 experience points, and look at that! Boom! Man, look at Therion. Just bouncing up with the experience points. I love it when games give you a lot of experience points. It just makes you want to get stronger. And I feel like I am getting stronger the more I go through this. As As Ulbrich says, the thrill of the fight.
May I have this?
Still? We don't even have that, we don't still have that guy showing up and said... Are we still haven't have any dogs showing up just to give us a scare?
Out of my way.
I am ready.
No, the battle is truly joy. Out of my way.
I am ready.
Use Night Out on both of them, see where this gets us.
Bring your shade.
Ouch! But you do have that thief skill where you can use Wildfire on him. Oh, good. We broke him. My name is Bane, and I shall break you! Like how I broke the Bat. Bat in so many different incarnations of Batman. Because I'm Sean Connery Bane. The best Bane out there. Well, probably not, but hey, we can pretend, right? Okay, so Ulbrich and Alphen got the level ups that time. Now, Ulbrich's in level 16, whereas Alphen's level 14. What's in here? Oh. Oh, man, you figure with, places like these, that they would actually have, drawers or something you want to pilfer out of and actually get their good wares. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, God, we could have just went out of that door. Why wasn't I thinking straight? Or why didn't I not see that?
I am ready.
One for you, the other for you, and one fire for you. Wildfire. Now everybody's in a vulnerable stance.
I am ready.
Use your dancer skills and see how well you actually do with the Night Ode. Oh! One-shot him there in a level 3 strike. It's still that close to get Therian to level 8. Okay, we got a healing grape out of that, so big whoop. We can actually go down these stairs if we want to. But I'll head back down there momentarily. Man, this place is large. And I guess that Riches is right down there where we want to be.
I'll make this quick.
Okay, so
I am ready.
go ahead and use this on them. And go ahead and use the sword on them. You know, if anything, I'm probably going to have Ulbrich actually use this. The level slash to actually, get everybody in a vulnerable state. Or the others in a vulnerable state. Which I did. And it pretty much killed the others, too.
I am ready.
Okay. Got him. And that's a wrap. Alright, now we got Ulbrich to Therian to level 8. And now we got Primrose over 500 job points, so it's time for her to get her 3rd job ability. And we haven't even covered anything like changing jobs or anything like that. I guess we have to be at a specific part where we actually gain a certain number of abilities for us to actually get the different jobs on hand. Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, right. She needs to be at 1,000. Whoops. Okay, never mind then. Okay, so let's continue where we are. Looks like it's going to be in intervals of, like, doubles or something like that. Or at least by 5 times. I don't know how it goes. Bottle of befuddling dust. Now, what kind of dust is befuddling? Okay, oh, so we actually got them in a surprise stance. Man, and we don't even have to use that on... we don't even have to use that ability right away. I mean, we could, if we want to. But, oh, right. Now I forgot. Because, well, they're not weak toward knives. They're weak towards swords and axes.
I am ready.
Out of my way.
That didn't kill you. Now that one did. Okay, so if anything, I'm gonna try to attempt the boss fight, and then yeah, you know what? Just looking at the time now, I'm pretty much gonna get in a few more battles before I hit the save spot, and then we'll resume tomorrow night. Because, well, we don't have enough time to actually face off against the boss, since we are getting close to the 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time mark. So let's see if we can at least try to get Therian, or at least one more character, to another level before we have to close off the episode. And just so you guys know, I really appreciate all those who managed to jump into the stream, even though for some of you who were late, but hey, better late than never.
I am ready.
Here we go.
Get you in a vulnerable stance, so let's see if we could try to take care of everybody else in quick fashion. We might be. Actually, I don't think we're going to be able to. I guess we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and do a level 3 slash. Yes, that took care of everybody else. And we got untouched in that fight, so we actually got more silver than we bargained for. Okay, so let's get one more fight in, and then we'll get Primrose and Therian at another level. And then we'll close off this, episode. Will you be streaming Saturday night or tomorrow? Both, actually, Fighter Cows. I'll actually be streaming at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, both Fridays and Saturday nights. Because when I'm streaming 6 days a week, it's Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays that I start streaming from 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and on Fridays and Saturdays, it's from 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So, but yeah, I noticed that you are going to be going live tomorrow at 4, your usual time, so I will be able to try and come in after I get off work, so that way I can watch you stream, Cal. So, not to worry, I will still be able to watch you, man, so by all means, don't worry. As I will, watch yours. Okay, let's go ahead and get you wildfired. You're fired. Or, you're on fire.
Here we go.
Okay. Okay, so... level 3 slash these guys and put them back in the scrapyard. Oh, looks like Hero Club actually has something to be announced, that they actually managed to get something done, or they actually managed to accomplish something. So I'll have to take a look at that once the live stream gets over. It must be something really good for Hero Club, which, you know, I am a part of. So hopefully there is something that's good to be had. Anyway, go ahead and talk to the peddler. Bye, and it's just basically the stuff that we actually see every time when we start chapter 1 of somebody's tale. But if anything, that's really nothing that we can cry over spilt milk over. But, you know, from what we experienced today, I think this is a good spot to actually get things wrapped up for tonight. So, anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream as much as I did. I felt that this live stream tonight was actually a much better deal, and I hope that we'll actually, you know, get more done tomorrow night at a very late time, since I will be helping out my family with some things, you know, some housework stuff, so that way we can actually get some things done before we enjoy the weekend. So that way my live streams are going to be like very late by the time when we all go, by the time when the family goes around getting to bed and that kind of stuff. So you can actually expect me to actually get on with the live stream. So for tomorrow night and the next night, they will be at 10 p.m. Eastern, which will be 9 p.m. my time when I will start live streaming. And it'll be 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and then Pacific Standard Time, it'll be at 7 p.m. So yeah, be on the lookout for those live streams coming from me for both Fridays and Saturdays, like I said. And for Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, they're going to be at the same time of what you expected today. So yeah, and I do have the times of when I do the live streams displayed on my on the stream after I go offline, so you can actually check the schedule. And if there are any delays or if there are any cancellations during the day, I will let you know. I'll let you all know ahead of time. But of course, there are other priorities that I have to take care of myself, like working on my content, helping my family and that kind of stuff. But, there's a lot that goes on in my life, and even work too. But anyway, if you like what you see, be sure to hit that follow button right above the video player, so that way you're notified of whenever I go live. And also be sure to, and also be sure to hit that, hit the large logo right above or right below the video player of what you're seeing right now. And that will take you to my YouTube page, which is youtube.com/RRPGReviews. I do reviews, retrospectives, live stream. I archive my live streams that I do here on Twitch onto my YouTube channel, as well as the 2 cents videos that are now called Side Quests, where I talk about news that are in relation to RPGs or elements from RPGs, whether they be Western or Japanese RPGs, into other games or just RPGs and JRPGs in general. And also, if you like social media, then be sure to follow me on Facebook.com/RRPGReviews for my Facebook fan page, and you can also follow me on Twitter, where my handle is @RRPGReviews. Whichever social media site that you use, you can guarantee that at both those sites, I will be updating at the same time, since they're both connected. So wherever you get your social media feed, that is where you're going to find me at. Or that's where you're going to get the news from me. But anyway, guys, I have to go to bed. I have to get around for work tomorrow, since I do have to work, and then I have to get around after that to do some other things for tomorrow night. But I will be back late tomorrow night, so that way we can continue our adventure through the land of Octopath Traveler. So, by all means, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all had a very fun time. And until tomorrow night, we shall meet again. This is RPG signing off by saying Godspeed, and game on, gamers. Peace out!